Hello again, I'm Blunty, and bronies, prick up your ears and put down the Pinkie Pie toy for a few minutes. I've got some news for you. Now, depending on how dedicated you are to all things pony, you may or may not be aware that today Gameloft launched a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic game on iOS for iPad, iPhone and iPod Touch. And it's free! Kind of. It's actually one of those free-to-play games that you can certainly install for free and even play for free, yes, but it's been deliberately designed to retard your progress, unless of course you dip into your real-world bank balance and spend your own hard-earned dollars on stocks of the in-game virtual currency. Which is fine. I mean, personally, I hate that type of so-called freemium experience, but whatever, some people like it. The real bitch of it is, this game is absolutely catering to the main demographic of the show, and that is not us bronies in various stages of emulated adulthood, but it's little girls, which really isn't any surprise. I mean, the show's main audience is supposed to be little girls. Us bronies are just kind of tagging along for the ride, let's be honest. But being made for little girls, it's quite simplistic. The main game is one of those insipid little city-building games that there's a bazillion different versions of that are all basically exactly the same thing with different graphics stapled on top of to appeal to different demographics. And this one is absolutely no different from the rest. All the expected mechanics are there, building various residences and buildings to cater for the population that you can then put to work in various ways in order to earn in-game rewards that you need to earn to continue doing that whole thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And of course, the same old mechanic of using in-game currency to hurry things along is there. But check this out. It's a game made for little girls, remember? Little girls don't tend to have a lot of earning power. There's an in-app purchase option for more than $100 goddamn dollars. Look at these prices. Ridiculous. Parents, if your kids want this game, make absolutely sure that in-app purchases are turned off, or you're in for one ugly surprise and a shouting match with your precious little snowflake at the end of the month. Naturally, the game is fully draped in the cute, stylized aesthetic of the My Little Pony show, and there's full voice acting to guide you through it. And pretty much all of your favourite characters are in there to be unlocked and earned and tempted to return to your rebuilt Ponyville to become your slaves to obey your every command to construct or produce or bake or farm. Even if the 3D rendered characters do look a bit off-model and weird sometimes. And to break up the never-ending cycle of building and producing and farming and unlocking new land, there's some mini-games which, of course, ask you to spend in-game currency for any chance at a decent reward. But these mini-games are so insultingly basic, I find it hard to imagine even a 6-year-old girl wouldn't find them patronizing. In the end, what we have here is a typical license cash-in. There's nothing inspired or original or new or creative about any of it. It's far too dumbed down for any brony to really enjoy, and if you let your kid play, it'll probably either cost you a fortune or subject you to endless whining and begging and bargaining by your kids asking to buy more gems so they can build more barns and farms and crap. And frankly, you don't want to get your kids addicted to this kind of freemium grinding endless gameplay experience anyway. The entire experience is designed to sleazily psychologically compel some pretty crappy behaviour patterns in my opinion, which is why I've not touched one of these types of games in years. Make no mistake, this is an experience composed with only one goal, and that is to continually drain you of your cash and or time, and put that cash into Gameloft's pockets. But hey, that's capitalism, isn't it? I do love me some pony cartoon happy fun times, and this game does look the part, and it does sound the part. The graphics and general presentation are really quite excellent. But I'm actually quite sad that I cannot recommend this quote-unquote game to anyone, brony or child. It's a tedious grindfest disguised as tasty candy. It forever waves things you know and love from the show in your face, voices you recognize, all to try and distract you from the fact that it's just not that fun. And perhaps worst of all, most insultingly, the main story that threads the experience together isn't even canon. It's a hackneyed cliche that flies in the face of established lore and events from the first 2 seasons of the show. What were they thinking? Personally, I'd much rather be faced with some pony platform gaming or a party-based JRPG game. There's half a dozen classic game genres that the varied main cast would slot into wonderfully if the game was created with care and passion. Unfortunately, once more here, the only passion is your money, and the game itself is nothing more than a shitty Facebook-style dumbed-down city builder grinder with a colourful skin of a popular license draped clumsily over it to capitalise on the wild popularity the brand has seen. And maybe, just maybe, there's some bronies out there so passionate that they'll manage to convince themselves that it's a good gaming experience and not a rewarmed cash-in. And that's no sweat off my flank. It's your time, it's your money. But know that I, and those like me, will look down upon you with some moderate derision. And more than a little pity, frankly. I mean, come on, there are far better games out there, and playing this one simply because it's slobbering over the ponies you love is just unnecessarily justifying its existence. Don't play it, protest it, demand a richer, more inspired pony gaming experience to do proper justice to the wonderful show, the fun characters and the excellent world building that the show has established. The good news is that the third season of the show is starting in a few days' time, and I'm sure that will help satiate the craving we bronies have been having for some fresh Ponyville adventuring and Pinkie Pie hijinks. Watch the show, don't play this game. Thanks for watching, I am Blunty, and I'll catch you next time.